Avalanche is on an absolutely storming run, but as the hype builds in the market, what is going to happen to the Avalanche price? In today's episode, we're going to look at the Avalanche chart analysis, as well as looking at some other cryptos that have done something very similar recently to kind of work out exactly what's going to happen and give Avalanche a prediction. Hi guys, and welcome to the House of Crypto. I make videos on all sorts of different crypto. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you smash that subscribe button as well as hitting the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Thanks very much. So guys, since back on the 8th of September, we had this dip down to the levels around $33, but since then we've managed to push all the way up, adding approximately 100% in the last few days. And what usually happens when we do see a big push like this is we do potentially eye up a bit of a cool down. Now guys, looking into the chart, this is on the 4-hour Avalanche chart. We can see somewhat of a narrowing rising wedge forming. We've had 3 hits on this top side now, confirming this as a line of resistance. And on the bottom side again, we've had 1, 2, or potentially might come down for another one here. What we're seeing within this pattern, obviously it's a slightly smaller one, but we are seeing a descending wedge, which ultimately does tend to normally break to the upside. But what I will draw your attention to, guys, is this is much more of a bearish pattern than a bullish pattern. And although we can potentially break to the upside, ultimately this will always pretty much break down to the downside. And I don't mean that it's going to jump all the way into the abyss, but I mean potentially we might be due a bit of a cool off. When we look down at the RSI, we are approaching sort of overbought levels. I want to jump over to Solana right now just to show you a chart that looked very similar to this a few days ago. Now obviously on this Solana chart we can see that this was a broadening wedge, but as the prices get higher and higher, basically fewer people are prepared to buy at the higher prices and more people are prepared to sell, which means eventually, no matter how fast it goes up and how long it goes up for, it will eventually have to have a bit of a cool off. And what happened here is once it hit the top, it did drop approximately 38%, despite everyone telling me at the top and everyone talking about on the channel that I was wrong and it was going to keep going forever until it was going to hit $1,000 or so. But you can see it topped out at $215 and then it dipped back down. The good news about this is if we didn't buy the top and we did buy down here, we could potentially sell some of our portion, take some profits, and when it does come back down for a retest, we can then look to buy some more. Now, as I've mentioned, it doesn't necessarily mean that right now we're due to have a breakdown. I actually think that Avax is going to continue to perhaps push to even higher levels. If we take a Fibonacci retracement from this swing high all the way down to this swing low, we can see that there's a crucial area at the 1.618, which is around the $76 level, and potentially may well wick up through there towards the top of this channel. And if we were to do that from current prices, we would then be looking at perhaps an 11% push on the price. If, however, we actually make it up here and we roll over and we push towards this bottom side of this channel, then we are, in my opinion, going to take a push to the downside. Now, the theoretical price target for this pattern would actually be down at around where it started. Now, in my opinion, because we've got this swing high over here, which has obviously provided decent amounts of resistance on the way up, actually, I think this level could well provide us with some decent support, having flipped this level from previous resistance into support. Somewhat of a cool off in this area before maybe consolidating and then pushing back up towards the upside. If we are to do what happened on Solana, we do have some sort of a crazy blow off and we do push out the top of this channel, then that is when we want to be very careful, guys, because at these points it's very difficult for a price to be able to sustain itself, and it does more often than not mean that we are due a more severe cool off. Okay, the faster it comes up, the faster it's going to come down. Don't get carried away and don't let the emotions get the better of you when the price is moving up super aggressively. That's when we want to avoid FOMOing in. Okay, we don't want to jump in thinking that we're never going to be able to buy at that price again, because I guarantee that you will be able to. And if we FOMO in, then that's when we end up literally buying the top and then having to spend a month or so in consolidation where we're kind of worried, panicked, and some people often will end up selling the bottom as well. So basically, always be careful of buying when we're seeing these big peaks. Overall, Avax is a fantastic product. I think Avalanche is going to see some great gains this year. I'm just talking about in the short to medium term. We could see perhaps over the next few days a push up towards the 1.618 before perhaps a bit of a cool off and over the next sort of week or so, push back towards the upside. Guys, please hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm. If you're new to the channel, make sure you smash that subscribe button to be kept up to date with all of the latest happening in the crypto markets. Have a great weekend. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.